The Giants need a major change, man. They need a major change. It's pathetic that we've been watching this brand of football for this long. It's been a really long time. Joe Schoen's record with this team has been atrocious over these past 2 seasons. We hope that it turns around, but unfortunately, I think he's going to have to go. He's going to have to go. Now, Joe Schoen's record with the Giants over these last 2 seasons, I mean, he only has 5 wins. Right? He only has 5 wins. The Giants lost 12 times. He's 5-26. His teams past 2 years are 5-26. Terrible football team. 5 freaking wins. And he goes and spends the kind of money that he did this past offseason on Holland, Adebo. It's a mess. This team's the best thing that happened was Brian Dable influencing Joe Schoen to go and draft Jackson Dart. Obviously, Cam Scatterbo as well. But losing Kayvon obviously didn't help, but that didn't matter. The Giants were out of it anyway. Not being able to close games, he was married to the staff that he had in place. There should have been changes a while ago to try to turn this season around, and he didn't do it. It was almost like, whatever. Joe Schoen has made a mess of this organization. I'm sorry, he has. And there needs to be a change. It's time's up. This is his 4th season with the team, and it just gets worse every year. A playoff his first year, but that wasn't even his team. He didn't build that team. His first year playoffs, second year 6-11, third year 3-14. This year, 2-12. It's what is it going to be 2-15? Are you just getting worse year after year? You're right up there with the freaking Titans. You're terrible, terrible, terrible. Something's got to give. Something's got to happen here. And the one good thing is this past Sunday, Abdul Carter had a really good game. And we've been waiting for that. Is it a shock that it happened where, number one, he played the full game, the entire game? And number 2, this was his first full game that he played since the Giants changed defensive coordinators. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I think if you bring in a really good defensive coordinator who knows how to use him, and I'm not saying that Abdul Carter, that he catches no flack, because he needs to own up to some of these things, right? But Abdul Carter is such a freak talent. He's so damn talented. I was so happy when the Giants picked him with that 3rd pick. And then all of a sudden it became, now missing meetings, and the Giants should trade him if he's not going to, be a team player, all that stuff. The kid's loaded with talent. For crying out loud, that this organization had Lawrence Taylor once upon a time. Lawrence Taylor is arguably the best football player to ever strap on a pair of cleats. I get it. But he wasn't the greatest human being ever either. And we had him. And as I said, he was a freak talent. And I'm not saying Abdul Carter is that, because he's not. He's nowhere near that. Lawrence Taylor is an all-time great. But what I'm saying is this. Maybe because he is such a young player, we give him a bit of grace and just see right now if his behavior improves. And after this last game, you would think he had a really good week in practice. He had a really good week overall. You would think, hey, he's focusing. Let's see what we got in this kid. And as I said, you go and get a defensive coordinator, a defensive-minded head coach even, and you go and try to use this kid to the best of his abilities. I would love for him if we could someday, somehow, see him play like what Myles Garrett is doing now. Because Myles Garrett's a friggin' freak. He's going to shatter that record. He's going to shatter it. I would love Abdul Carter to come into his own at the professional level and just be a dominant player. I think he has it in him. I really do. But the Giants currently have the number 1 overall pick. Giants have the Vikings, Raiders, Cowgirls. The Raiders are fighting for that pick as well. So it's going to be the battle of the suckage, right? Who's going to suck more? You never want to root for your team to lose, right? I know we hear that a lot. People call fans crazy for even wanting that. But that would be what would be best for the Giants organization if they lost the rest of the way. If they did go 2-15. And you bring in a brand new general manager who knows what he's doing and who could field a proper team. I wouldn't give it to Joe Schoen again. I would go get the number 1 overall pick, and you wouldn't use that pick. You would trade it, and you would just fall back a little bit in the draft, but accumulate more assets. Just accumulate them. I think the Giants are in a great spot to do that. I really do, especially if they could keep this pick. But if they go out and beat the Vikings, if they go out and beat the Raiders, beat the Cowboys, probably doesn't happen. But if they lose out and these other teams lose too, or win rather, these other teams win, it's a different story. So at the end of the day, I hope the Giants get that number 1 overall pick. We haven't had one in I don't know how long. I don't know if we've ever had one, because the one where we had Eli Manning, we traded. We traded up. We didn't even trade up. San Diego at the time, the San Diego Chargers took him. The Giants took Rivers. We all know that story. What a game he played, by the way, at the age of 44. We'll see. But if we get the number 1 overall pick, I hope they don't use it. I really don't. And I hope they trade it and they go out and they accumulate a bunch of assets with that pick. That would be great. Even Lawrence Taylor, he wasn't the 1st overall pick. Was a running back in that draft. He was the 2nd overall pick, but not the 1st. So listen, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think that there needs to be a change for the Giants? Do you think that something's got to give where a change needs to be made? That Joe Schoen needs to go. Kafka, in my opinion, this whole situation has been a cringe fest. The whole thing's been terrible with Kafka. I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand watching him. I can't watching him coach. I can't stand that he doesn't know how to use Dart, because Dable utilized Dart so damn well. Kafka, they gotta get rid of him, and they will. They'll be gone too at the end of the year, and they'll completely overhaul that coaching staff, as they should. I just wonder who they're gonna bring in. I wonder who. But listen, guys, I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.